behind the scenes. I was like, what does this button do? What does that do? How do I raid with all my viewers? How do I do this? And I was just kind of learning as I was going. Thankfully, this community that we've got with Pokemon Go is awesome. Like, everyone supports each other. Everyone is just always there to help. Everyone just really uplifts each other, and it's really nice. Yeah.
Welcome back for another amazing episode of the Third Shield Pokemon Go PvP podcast. Guys, today we have the one, the only, Momita herself joining us. Momita, welcome to the podcast.
Hi, thank you for having me. It's very exciting to be part of this at last.
Of course, I was so excited to have you, Momita, because we did a duo before and together, in case you guys don't know. And I had an amazing time. We did really well. Everybody loved it. Since then, people asking about it. So I figured for March, which is basically the History Month of Women, if that's how you say it in English.
As the Women's History Month, I think
there we
they
go.
say.
That's how you say it, yeah. Which luckily now Go Battle League is growing in female battlers, and I love seeing it. How did you get involved with Pokemon Go?
I mean, at the beginning, it was just because, everyone and their mum was playing. And I didn't actually have a phone that I could play with for the first month. So I was just oh no, it's fine. I don't really want to play it anyway. I've never played any Pokemon games because Pokemon Go is the only game I've ever played for Pokemon, as much as I've always enjoyed it. But I was like, nah, it's fine. It's not for me. And then I finally got a phone about 1 month later. And I got hooked instantly. And I quickly caught up with all my friends and started overtaking everyone. And then I just haven't really stopped. I've just carried on and on and on.
Wow, 2016, and we're still counting. That's pretty awesome. Then,
yeah.
So you got in wait, you said first Pokemon game or first game ever?
First Pokemon game.
Okay.
So I've never played any of the main series games or anything like that.
Okay, so basically you have learned everything that you know about Pokemon in this game, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I know if I knew a lot of the the original, maybe Gen 1 and some of Gen 2, but there was a lot in Gen 2 that I didn't know. So each time a new generation comes out, I'm like, what is this? What is that? I don't know. It's the blue blob thing. I don't know the name. Yeah.
That's awesome. I mean, many of us probably the same way. I'm the same way as well. So you started in 2016, and then obviously Go Battle League didn't come out yet. So were you a collector? Did you had something that you were looking forward to collect, maybe shinies or a different type of Pokemon, or do you have any type of a collection right now?
I do. I didn't have much of a collection to start with, but it kind of slowly grew. I kind of pride myself with my level 1 collection, which is a bit useless overall game-wise, but it's just I'm a small person. I got to appreciate the small things in life, including the small Pokemon. So, I don't know how it started, but I've got a collection of non-shiny level 1s and then shiny level 1s as well, which are a bit harder to get hold of because, it's all RNG. But I've had a lot of friends that have really helped me out, saying, oh, do you need this shiny? It's level 1. Do you have this one yet? And it's been really nice. A lot of people have been kind of helping me with it, and I've got a decent collection now. That's the main thing that I collect, and I like to collect 100% as well. But I mean, a lot of people do that as well. So yeah, the level 1s are my main thing.
So as far as so now we have basic collections, and Go Battle League, let's say, is launching. So when it first came out, did you jump on it right off the bat into Go Battle League?
Yeah, with the preseason, I think preseason is probably the most I actually played, to be honest. I tried to do all my sets like every single day. Although I think near the end of pre-season, I think I got quite busy with work, if I remember right. So I wasn't able to do all of the battles, but I think I got up to like rank 9 or something out of rank 10.
No, that's really good. And guys, in case you don't know, not like back in the day, Legend was rank 10. So so now it's rank 24. Just put it in perspective. All the way until season 5, it was rank 10, and until then, and after that it was rank 24. So reaching rank 9 is actually a very reputable thing, especially in the preseason. Sorry, go on. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I think rank 9 is the most I got to, and then up until probably season 9, like I was very inconsistent with my battling. Like I was maybe doing like a couple of sets one day, maybe one set the next day, maybe just like none at all. I had a lot of days where I just didn't do any. But yeah, season 10 I actually started to try and do more consistent battles, and I got up to expert, which was pretty cool. I've got to expert in the past, but yeah, and it was nice to get to it again. And I didn't quite get to legend, but I mean, I just play it. I'm not playing to be the best or something. Like obviously I want to do well, and everything like who everyone does, but I'm not like stressing myself like I have to get to legend, like if I get that, I get that, and that's awesome. But yeah, no, I've just been having fun with it.
How, in a word, and when did you decide that, all right, now I'm going to start streaming Go Battle League? Like, how did that even come around? Because I love hearing these stories and I have no idea how you did it.
Okay. So like I knew about Twitch from maybe like 2 years ago or something, but I didn't really start watching very much until maybe a year and a half ago. And I started like watching a few different people, and I just thought, you know what, this is quite fun, and it's interesting like how people can do this, and I just thought like because my birthday was coming up last year, and I was thinking, you know what if I just start on my birthday? It'll be a fun thing to do something new. And I just thought it will give me more motivation to actually do my battles, because I haven't been doing my battles very much. So I was like, yeah, you know what, if I stream, I have to do all my sets. Well, I don't have to, but you know, it'll motivate me. So I think yeah, that was the main thing, like motivation to do my sets. And it was nice as well before starting streaming to be part of other people's communities. And yeah, I just thought, you know what, it might be good. I can maybe get my own little community. And yeah, and since then I think I have definitely battled GBL more since starting streaming, and especially yeah, in the last few months, I've definitely been doing even more. So I've been having a good time with it.
How long have you been streaming now? Almost a year?
Just over a year. So
just
like, yeah,
okay.
A year and couple of weeks.
And you definitely create a community for yourself, which is amazing. Pogo is in a perfect spot of how many streamers there are and how many players and viewers. And both is going to grow exponentially once we get to Worlds and people actually see it, that what this actually is. So that will boost your viewership, your audience, and also how many people will stream. So I assume lots of people who might be listening right now might want to start streaming in the future. So for them, especially if we have female listeners right here, which I know we do, lots of them, they reach out to me all the time and they ask me to interview more female streamers, but unfortunately there's not as many as I would love to have. You know, when you started, were you worried about, like, let's say there are bullies, there are toxic people in the chat, or were you prepared for that? And did you experience anything like that?
I wasn't too much worried about any trolls or bullies as such. Like, I know they exist, but like, just as a viewer before starting, like, you could see there's already more like nice, supportive people within different chats. There was the occasional one like where people would be like, I don't know, say something a bit not good, and thankfully, like if the streamer is busy or something, there was always a mod available to be able to just be like, nip that in the bud and just kind of stop that. So like before I started streaming, like I kind of gathered a few people that I trusted to kind of be there as my mods, to kind of just in case, because I didn't really know how many people would come in and be like that, but that wasn't my main worry. Like my main worry was like just being in front of people, because I get like stage fright. So like if I'm in front of a big group, or not even a big group, just a group of people, and I have to introduce myself and talk, I just start like sweating, I start shaking. I'm just like, I don't know. And I have to try and be calm on the outside, but like panicking on the inside. But yeah, no, it was mainly getting over that was my thing. Yeah, it took me a good few months to kind of settle down into the whole like streamer role and just be a bit more myself. But like as a female streamer, I've had a few odd comments coming into chat, like asking about me, or like, I don't know, making comments about how I look and stuff. Generally, like, I don't really get offended that easily. Generally, I'm just like, okay, I either ignore it, or I'm just like, okay, we're not gonna talk about that. We're focusing on Pokemon Go, we're focusing on the battles, we're just having a good time. We're not talking about any particular things. So, but yeah, sometimes I do miss things, and then that's when my mods come in as well. So yeah, no, thank God for good mods.
Yeah, perfect. And shout out to all the mods, because they are definitely amazing and there for us. Without them, this would be technically impossible.
Yes.
So I'm happy to hear that. And yeah, so basically you have a thick skin for that, let's put it that way, right? And there's always trolls, there's always that, and obviously they are just voices. And what I just like to tell people is that even my chat, when they like attack someone because somebody came in and tried to bully me or something, you know, I always just tell the chat that don't worry about it. I much rather be a punching bag for this person than this person doing something bad in the real world, or who knows what he or she is going through right now, because obviously a person who is super happy and going through amazing time in their life not gonna come in and do this. So this person must have been, you know, some dark places. So let's not try to make it even darker. That's why I also always tell to my chat. And that's what, as a streamer, I guess we have to think about, that on the other side there might be something really dark going on, and let's not take it personal. That's all. So obviously you are getting better each season as you keep pushing. Do you have like a favorite go-to team, or you change your team more often than usual?
I don't have a favorite team as such. Like there's definitely Pokemon that I always like, I feel comfortable with because I've used a lot in the past. But like it's only in the last season that I've really tried to like put effort into learning the counts of Pokemon. And like I'm still struggling with like energy and stuff, and how much energy per tap and damage per move and stuff like that. I'm still struggling with that, but I'm just starting with the counts of different Pokemon and just kind of trying to figure things out from there. But yeah, I don't think I have a particular team as such. Like I like getting recommendations from my chat as well when I'm streaming, because of course they're watching other streamers as well, they're learning things from other streamers, and then they're able to relay whatever they've learned and seen what works and what doesn't work, which does help me as well. Like if I'm not doing particularly well with one particular thing, like one Pokemon, they might be like, oh, you know what, I saw another streamer using this instead of that one, maybe try using that. And yeah, no, I find things like that really help, because I don't know, I'm busy. I don't always get a chance to watch other people and learn from myself. So yeah, no, I think, yeah, I like to kind of swap and change, but at the same time, once I find a team that I find works, I do like to stick with it for as long as I can until it starts to not work, when the meta changes and everything like that. Because otherwise, if I keep changing, I'm not going to learn teams better, and then I don't know, I'll just end up failing. So yeah, I like to get more comfortable with things and learn different matchups with the same team and stuff like that. I think is good.
Yeah, and I love that you recognize that, and you brought that up, especially to the listeners, because you know, lots of listeners, including myself when I started, I went on YouTube, went on Twitch and looked up what people are using. And let's say if I saw FP Sticks right here saying that, oh, this team is the best and look how much elo I gained with it, I was like, all right, I have to build that team. Then I lose with that team, go back to YouTube, let me see how I did it. And now YouTube knows that I searched for that. So now a new recommendation, it says King IV. Oh my God, look, he used this team and he got a 5-0. Okay, I have to build this team. So I fall into that thing that I will just keep building teams and I will keep failing. And then just like you mentioned with the sticking to the same team, because guys, even if you're against the bad matchups, if you, like Momo said, that if she learns the matchups with the team and knows the moves, then she has a higher chance of winning than switching it up to a different team that she has no idea about just yet. I have met people who have over 50 million Stardust, and I have people who started in 2016 and have 100,000. So what I want to ask you is how much Stardust you have, and then do you have a secret of collecting it or keeping it or spending or any of those? Like, what's your secret and how do you handle it?
So my thing with Stardust, I'll start with, I have around 10 million Stardust. Like that's where I've been hovering, like sometimes going like 10.5, 10.6, and then sometimes dipping under, but I've been hovering around 10 for a little while now. My main thing is not throwing away berries. Like for me, thankfully, I live on a gym, so I can just make it my color and just feed it and hope more people join the gym so I can feed more Pokemon, because it's free Stardust. It really stresses me out when people say, why have you got so many berries? Just delete them. Like, it's free Stardust, literally free Stardust. So yeah, that's my main thing, because you get like 30 per berry per Pokemon. 30 per berry, and you can do 10 per Pokemon. And you can do up to 100 Pokemon per every half hour. So that's a lot of Stardust in half an hour. If you keep doing that, if you're in gyms, that's a lot of dust that just accumulates. And then for spending, when I first started PvP, like when it first dropped, I think it was 2018, 2019? I can't remember. I think it was 2000, I don't know, whenever it was. It was like, oh my God, I can build whatever I want. I had around 17 million Stardust when it first started, and I blew so much like making all these things. But because I didn't really understand about like PvP IVs, I was just building anything I had that went near 1500. I just built hundos, and then I built, I don't know, really bad ones. Sometimes I was lucky and had a good one, but yeah, because I just built everything, I had to rebuild stuff when I got better ones, when I started to understand about PvP IVs a bit more, because obviously there's different leagues and there's different IVs for each league, and then XLs became a thing. So you had to rebuild again for like other stuff. Like I think I've built around 4 Azumarils in the past, which is a bit silly because that's expensive. It's really expensive. But yeah, nowadays, I keep everything that has PvP like IVs, like the best one for each league. But I don't make it unless I know I'm going to use it.
So and as far as so we got the stars. Do you have like a daily routine that you do for Pokemon Go, like going places or anything, or getting dust or getting candies or anything like that, or no?
I mean, my main things I have to do every day. I have to get my daily streak and my daily, like my spin and my catch. And also I don't know if it's more OCD, but I have to send to everyone I can possibly send gifts to. So like obviously you can only hold so many gifts at one time. So I have to just keep kind of replenishing gifts. Obviously not everyone's able to do that because you don't have stops easily like accessible and everything. But like, yeah, I try and send to as many people as possible. You get XP for sending gifts. So that's something. And then at the end of the day, I always open the maximum amount of gifts as well, because again, you get dust from that, you get items, like you get more berries to spend in gyms and get more Stardust. So that's also good. But yeah, the main thing, like daily, I just catch everything. Like if I see a Pokemon, I'll catch it. And then that just slowly adds up. Like, thankfully for me, where I live, the public transport is very good. So I find it's also good to sit on the bus and like go up and down through town, because it goes slow enough through the middle of town so that you can spin all the stops, you can catch lots of Pokemon, and then by the time you've gone through town and you're coming back the other way, everything's kind of respawned, so there's more things to catch and all the stops you can respin, and that's a good way to kind of build up.
So the question that I have for you, Momita, is the Worlds is happening. It's right in your backyard. So the first question, I guess, is: are you going to Worlds?
Yeah, like I can't not go. It's close. It's in my country. Yeah, no, I'll definitely be going.
So there'll be like a Momita booth somewhere where you set up?
Or like a meet and greet or something. Oh my god. I don't think I'm famous enough for a meet and greet and autographs and everything like that. The thought is hilarious. But
you underestimate it too. To think about this, just think about this one thing. And that's not what I'm saying, that people are gonna line up and let's get an autograph or anything. But they definitely would like to take a picture with you. They definitely want to trade with you and rename the Pokemon that they traded so they can show, and all that. That will definitely happen. But think about this. You're streaming, you get a couple hundred people watching you while you're streaming, and that's the concurrent viewers, which means you're probably getting 1,000 or maybe 1,200 or maybe 2,000 views per stream that you're doing. So that means that's about 1,000 people that actually went through your stream. So that's 1,000 people. It's a half a stadium, a small stadium, obviously, like a European small stadium, not soccer stadium, because in Europe the soccer stadiums are giant. But anyways, so it's like a small stadium of people right there. So if you think about it that way, and
yeah, that's crazy.
That if you think about it that way, you are more known than not. And then the people who actually go to Worlds are into PvP, and you are streaming PvP. So more than likely, you're gonna have tons of people who will come up to you and want to do something with you. You know what I mean? So don't underestimate that part.
That. Oh my god. Like blowing my mind right now.
I mean, just think about it. If you, and the only reason I brought this up because you said that in front of people, tons of people, that you got nervous. Well, you're streaming to technically over 1,000 people when you go live. So technically, that's a lot of people. Anyway, look at even 10 people in a room is a lot, but and 10 exit, it's a lot of people, 100 exit at this point. But anyways, so don't underestimate that and don't get surprised when you go. You're gonna have people left and right, So you're going to Worlds, obviously, and the plan is that we are going to, even if we don't make it to the qualification, which I'm pretty sure I won't. I mean, I will try, but I'm gonna go as a spectator probably. But the question also that I have for that, so esports. So that's gonna blow up Pokemon Go consumption as far as content. Have you thought about it at all? And it's okay if not, but I just always like to pick people's mind about this. But have you thought about it if you gonna do more, maybe got into YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, whatever it is, for more content creation, or get more involved in PvP, or maybe get more involved in, if once it becomes like esports, maybe like there are things that they're looking for at Niantic, which you don't know yet, because they've been very secret about this, by the way. They've been it's like a super secret. It's almost here, and we don't even know who is going to be the announcer, who is going to broadcast it, because somebody gonna. So all those things, would you be interested in like being involved in any way? And if yes, where could you see yourself in this arena of events?
No, I haven't really thought about that. Like sure, like I like the idea of being involved somehow. Like I don't know if I've got the like the words and like, I don't know, the presence to be like a commentator or anything like that. Also confidence. I don't think I have the confidence to like be have the audience of Worlds like watching me say these things. And if I say something wrong, I don't I don't think I can, I don't know what I'd do. It would definitely be cool to be involved in some way or another, like whether it's like, even if it's just like competing. If there's a chance to qualify, then sure, I'll try. Yeah, no, even if it's like not directly like involved with Worlds, I'll definitely enjoy spectating and just being there, and it will definitely be a very exciting kind of thing, because like, again, like you said, it is going to blow up for Pokemon Go. Like, even was it like maybe 3 years ago when I can't remember, was that also Pokemon Worlds or something, when King was invited?
In DC, Washington DC, yeah, that was a huge event, and I think it has the most views of any PvP video, because it was that epic, and people are waiting for that, and that's why there is a fire in people still, because they saw that, wow, it could be like that, and that was their first try at it. So I don't know if they know this, but we're expecting a lot from this. At least I am, because I already seen what they can do when it was just an idea, but now they have so much experience, you know, as far as what we need and what they need to do. So I'm really expecting a lot from this word. So my eyes and ears are so open for this.
I remember reading like the live chat when it was all going on, and people were saying like, oh my God, people still play Pokemon Go. Like it's not just like a tap thing. Like there's actually strategy for PvP, and people were surprised by it. And it's grown, like that was what, 3 years ago now, and it's grown so much in that whole time since then. And sure, there's like there's issues like lag and all these different things, but again, like we said, they're working on that within these 3 months. So I think things are looking up, I think. And
I agree with you, and I'm trying to be as positive as I can. King IV was on our podcast a couple episodes ago, and he said the same thing. He thinks that this Worlds is like a make or break event, and he said that in his power that he will do his best to make sure this event is successful in any way possible, even if that means he will be at the entrance of the doors and he opens up everybody's door and shakes everybody's hand. Welcome, come on in. He said even if that's what he has to do, he will do it. So he's that committed to it, which you already knew. He's an amazing person and he's so involved in the community. But in that case, I wanted to say that, so if Worlds is a hit, which I really can't see that it's not, unless Niantic, for some reason, somehow they really screw up. And I know everybody says that they might and they will or that kind of stuff, but I just really can't see that happening, because this is so important for everybody. So many people said they're gonna travel there, you know, and all those things. So obviously it's a huge deal. We should definitely create meet and greets for all the content creators if Niantic doesn't already plan on that, because what I would do if I were them is to get the content creators together in an area so they could have the meet and greet set up officially instead of like randomly, you know. And that would also add not just to us, it would add way more to the community than I think Niantic would even picture. So I hope they're listening right now, because I think these things would be awesome. Where could people find you if they haven't heard of you, or they want to check out your stream, or just, you know, get in touch with you? Where would you direct them to?
So either if you want to contact me like in general, or just follow whatever general stuff, then there's Twitter, which is Momita with 10 A's at the end. And then it's the same with Twitch as well. If you want to catch me live, just type in Momita and just start typing A's. I might show up with the suggestions because I don't think anyone else has as many A's as me.
Yeah, I don't think so. That would be actually pretty funny if people who have the same name you streaming and they start doing Momita 9 or 11 just so it's closer to each other. But do you have before we wrap this up, is there anything you want to talk about or announce or just share or say or anything to anybody, to audience, to your audience, to whatever you like to before we wrap this up? But you don't have to. I'm just saying if you have anything in you that we might didn't pull out and you want to bring up.
I don't know. Other than like, of course, like you mentioned at the beginning, it is Women's History Month. I was like, I'm happy to be like, I was one of the few, like, well, I say a few, within the Pokemon community, I was one of the few to be selected by Twitch to be represented, or to represent the Women's History Month within Twitch. So there's like a nice like featured area on the homepage for it. So if I'm live, I might pop up there, which I'm really thankful for. And there's loads of other like female content creators on Twitch of all different categories and games or whatever. So I'm happy to be part of that, representing the Pokemon Go community as part of that. And it's, of course, being here as well for part of what you're doing for Women's History Month, which is awesome. Yeah, so thank you for all the support that everyone's kind of been giving. That's led to this point.
Perfect. Well, I'm so happy to have you, and that's why I really wanted to have you on there. And that's awesome. I didn't even know that Twitch elected you, so that's perfect for that. They picked the right person. And guys, don't forget, you can listen and watch. If you're watching, you can listen on all the audio platforms. If you're listening, you can actually watch Momita on YouTube. So guys, make sure everything is linked in below, and also all Momita's connections are linked in below as well. So if you somehow messed up the typing, don't worry, because you can just click on it below. And Momita, again, thank you so much for coming on the podcast. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. Thank you.